Yeah, I don't know if I understand what you mean by Mega Bowl.
Get over it, all right?
It's a Mega Bowl. What's not to understand? This is history in the making. You're going to want to tell your grandkids and their grandkids and their grandkids.
Forget it, he's rolling.
And when they look back in the annals of history, they're going to be talking about three things. Discovery of fire, invention of the submarine, Mega Bowl. We're going to win the Mega Bowl.
We're just the guys to do it. Let's go! Come on!
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Steel Sanctuary Podcast. I'm your host, Dave Ribeiro from SteelSanctuary.com. Full house tonight. Bob Quinn, Dave Korup, and Trent Ging all here. Guys, how's it going?
Wonderful.
It's the Rooney Bowl this week.
The Rooney Bowl.
The long-awaited trip to Ireland. I've never seen them so excited over there.
Art Rooney talked to the team. There is no truth to the rumor they fell asleep during the speech.
Yeah. Oh, if they only cared about winning the Super Bowl as much as they do going to Ireland, we'd be in business, boys.
Literally gave them "We Were Soldiers" speech.
Someone came up with giving them fancy names, Gaelic names, or whatever the hell you call it, on their jerseys. Yeah, they're all in. They're all in. Isn't it fantastic? All right, let's do injury report right off the bat. The Steelers are relatively healthy. I guess Joey Porter Jr. is the only one who's questionable. Sounds like he may not go. Jalen Warren was questionable too, but Bobby told us before we got on that he practiced without the brace on his knee, so I think he's all right. Jonnu Smith is also questionable. Anybody hear anything recent about him?
No.
They were curious if he understood what his role in the offense was. That's why he's questionable.
That and everybody else in Steeler Nation is questionable on
everybody's questioning.
The Vikings are a little beat up. Their starting guard, Donovan Jackson, is out. J.J. McCarthy is out. I don't know if that's good or bad for them. Trent has a strong opinion on that.
Oh, even you're admitting it. You're not sure either.
Yeah, it's bad for us.
Andrew Van Ginkel is probably their best pass rusher. He's out. And some dude named Ben Urisic, who I have no idea who he is. So, better news for the Steelers than it is for the Vikings. I'll give you that. Trent, you think Joey Porter is important for this one?
I do. I think Joey Porter is a big key for this one because
who's he gonna guard?
I think if he's in the game, it just gives more position flexibility to Jalen Ramsey. To be honest with you, T.J. Hawkinson is going to be a tough matchup in this one, so it gives a little flexibility to put Ramsey, between Addison in the slot, who's a shifty guy who's going to be tough to cover. Jettis is, he is the real deal, obviously, in the NFL. And then Hawkinson's a really good tight end in this league. I think Hawkinson can, when he's got a quality quarterback, which they haven't had this year, but I think he's like a guy you probably put in the top 5-6 tight ends in the NFL.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, he's a tight end.
It's a tough matchup. So I just think if Porter's out there, it gives a little more flexibility for this little matchup. They can kind of mix and match up. So I don't know. I'd like to see him on this one. Echols played pretty well, but you want your guys against a team like this, in my opinion.
Yeah. You'd like everyone healthy for sure. But overall, it's not a bad. Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, I was going to say what I really like to see in this game is, maybe even – I don't think you need necessarily have Jalen Ramsey follow because you get Slay on the other side, but you play a safety over the top of Jefferson. That can be effective. I don't feel like because of who the quarterback is, this is necessarily a bad matchup, as I am blurry right now.
Addison's back too, right? So that's
that's
not great for us either.
That's the wrinkle that I'm worried about.
Before we get too deep into the game itself, man, this offensive line's taking a beating this week on social media and in the media. Whew. Ben came out, hammered Broderick Jones. Hammered him. I've never seen him single out a player like he did on a couple of different. He said he only watched 3 plays on the offensive line. It was all Broderick Jones doing something wrong. And then Trey Essex, he's had it with the whole fucking line. He's just hammering everybody. They're not in their stances the way they should be. They're not doing this. They're not doing that.
Dude, I am so glad that these players are calling them out.
Mm-hmm.
This needs to happen. And I'm glad it's the old players because They knew what it was like to have actual really good coaching, and I'm just glad that they're coming out and they're calling this coaching staff out for their bullshit and their horrible coaching. It needs to happen. Bob said that he left, but yeah,
I feel a little vindicated because it feels like on this podcast we've been hammering away at Pat Myers and this offensive line coach for forever, and it doesn't seem like a lot of people were up until this year. Now all of a sudden everyone's finally getting on the bus.
Dave, we're not here to kiss the ring, if you get what I'm saying. We're gonna call it like we fucking see it, and that's just the truth. That's how we are. You want to call us negative? Fine. I call it realistic. So I don't tell anybody. And we've been hammering this, and now actual players that played the goddamn game at that level are calling them out for it in detail. Trey,
hold on.
Detail.
Hold the fuck on.
I'm holding on.
Ben Roethlisberger is automatically disqualified from this fucking conversation. You know why? Yes, he is. Because he supported Dan Moore.
All right, that was his buddy.
And he said, what's great about Dan Moore is when I get knocked down, he helps me up. Aaron Rodgers is sticking up for Broderick Jones. So if Ben Roethlisberger can lobby for Dan fucking Moore, then Aaron Rodgers is not calling out Broderick Jones. When he starts calling him out, sure, no problem. But Ben doesn't get a say in this. Now, Trey's a little bit different.
He does get a say in this, Bob. Come on.
Bob, come on.
He can make his fucking comments, but he ain't no expert on it. And I'm a big deal. He watched three fucking plays. If you think Dan Moore is a good offensive lineman, I don't give a fuck what else you say about offensive line play. It's either biased or it's stupid.
Well, listen, we know most of the stuff that comes from Ben is biased. You just got to accept it. But in this case, he's objective because he's not part of the team. He's just looking at it and seeing it.
He should have called out more than just Broderick, I think is Bob's point.
He said at one point, if James Harrison played against Broderick Jones, he'd have 15 sacks in the game.
Yeah. I think Bob feels it's kind of targeted because he replaced his buddy. Is that what you're kind of feeling like,
Exactly.
Bob?
That's why I'm saying he can sit it the fuck out because until you were willing to stand up and say Dan Moore was trash, and he was trash for the 3 years after you left, but every fucking time it came up, whoa, Dan Moore's better than everybody thinks he is. Okay, then you don't know what the fuck you're talking about on offensive line play, Ben.
Let's break this down a little bit. How many years because I can't think off the top of my head, how many years did Ben play with Dan Moore? One. So he didn't really see the worst of Dan Moore. The guy was a rookie when he played with him. So that's probably why he thinks he's,
right.
He didn't have to suffer what, everyone else had to suffer through.
Did he even play? I don't even remember.
Yeah, he started. He started as a rookie, yeah.
He started? Jesus. Yeah. I didn't really.
It just never got better.
Now, in fairness to Ben, because I love Ben, but in fairness to Ben, maybe he was so preoccupied by the fact that Kendrick Green was getting knocked on his ass and into his lap.
Oh,
they didn't realize that was
that year.
Beating him. Yeah,
that year.
And who's that guard that was half retired? They dragged off free agency to plug in their
Trey Turner.
Who was the best offensive lineman that year?
what a way to send Ben off. What a fucking terrible offensive line.
They're like, we don't want you to come back, and now we're going to force it.
That might have been Colbert. He didn't want him back in the first place. He's like, you want to come back? All right, buddy. You want to come back?
Get rid of Ben. Yeah.
I'm going to give you 2 rookies and a freaking corpse in the guard. Have at it.
And look, all these people who are calling for Andrus Peat, Calvin Anderson,
God,
Spencer Anderson. Oh my God! Do you not realize there's I heard Baldinger today. He was like, "Has he been good? No. Can you bench him? Absolutely, the fuck not. Look what you got behind him.
No, you can't. No, this is it. This is what sink or swim.
I did hear on the radio them floating other guys. They were floating the guys on 93.7.
Yeah.
This bench is bad. This bench is bad.
It's bad.
There's nobody to.
We watched the preseason. We saw how bad of a drop it is. So, yeah.
All right, put Ben aside. Listen to Trey Essex. Makes you even more depressed.
Yeah.
Because he's breaking it down. He's saying, these guys all should be in a 3-point stance. None of them are. He's calling guys out. He's frustrated as hell with Broderick Jones, too. He's like, that guy hasn't improved in 3 years.
I rarely. I just one thing about that. I rarely see any tackles in a 3-point stance across the NFL. I do agree that guards should be in the 3-point. Trent knows a lot about offensive line play. Do you see any tackles really in a 3-point anymore?
He did mention the tackle that's not covered is usually
the open
standing
side,
up.
Is what the term he used.
Yeah.
Does that sound right?
He said one tackle should be standing. Everyone else should be in a 3-point stance. I'm no offensive line guru, but Trey Essex played the league for fucking 10 years. So
Trent, batter up, buddy.
But it was a long time ago. Running backs used to be in 3-point stance.
Well, he said that. He said, "Look, I'm old." So I flipped on and see what the Patriots are doing. They were all in that 3-point stance, except for the tackle.
There you go. That's the part I was going to bring up. The Patriots were all in it. So across the board,
and they ran the ball up and down.
Because there was a guy on Twitter that tried to argue hard with him that he was wrong. And he was just like, look, dude, if you don't believe me, watch what the Patriots do on run plays. They're all in that 3-point stance. He's like, so apparently they're very wrong then too.
And I've told this story before. Trey and I were on the Steeler Nation podcast the night they drafted Broderick, and he and I discussed Broderick at length. And he was not a fan of the pick from the beginning. So really? I don't feel like he picks on Broderick because he does point out the rest of the offensive line. And he did point out that some of Broderick's problems are Sayamalu is playing so god-awful next to him that he is getting blamed for shit that's not necessarily his fault. Not that he's great, just that there's a lot of stuff getting lumped on Broderick. And because he's such a good kid and he doesn't look at people and call them out, you can fuck with this kid. And it pisses me off because he's a good kid, and I think he's played better each week. Doesn't mean he's played good. I think he's played better each week. And now you go nitpick 3 or 4 plays that were bad. They were fucking horrible plays. But compared to week 1, it's better. It ain't a lot better.
Week 1 was his worst week. I agree. Fotanu has been just as bad or worse in some of these games, though. You watch the film, it's just as bad or not worse with Fotanu. McCormick's had some issues.
Been bad.
And then there's stuff that Trey pointed out with Zach Frazier and McCormick on the stunts and the twists and stuff. They're struggling with that too. So, I mean, just pick your poison, guys. 1 through 5, they're all been bad.
Let me just ask you guys this. If you got 4 hand-picked guys starting on that offensive line by this coaching staff, is it the fucking guys on the offensive line or the coaching staff?
I was just going to bring that up, Trent. You got 2 first-round picks, a second-round pick, and a 4th-round pick.
Yeah.
And a free agent that you paid money to as your offensive line.
With the fucking offensive line coach in the building for every one of those fucking picks. And I didn't back this up to see if there's truth to this, but Shady McCoy at the Bills, worst season, Pat Myers is fucking coach.
Yeah, I heard this too.
Melvin Gordon.
Yeah.
Yes. Melvin Gordon, Chargers, worst fucking season. Guess who's the offensive line coach?
And he's fired the next year after that.
CMC.
Yeah.
Of all fucking people, his worst season,
Carolina.
Pat Meyer the coach.
Yep.
Is it really the fucking players, or is it Pat Meyer really fucking sucks at his job?
I've been banging this drum since almost I've been banging this drum since almost the year they hired him. He's not a good offensive line coach. It's just it's so clear to see.
As soon as they fired Canada, the guys they hired to work with Canada should have been fired in the offseason.
Yeah.
And instead, they stuck with them. And that was a mistake. They hired Frischman. They hired Meyer. There might have been a third guy. And it was all because they were good with Canada. And as soon as they fired him, they should have been fucking gone. But
and you're right. We have belabored this point. And I thought it was interesting that when Kevin did that, I didn't know it either, Trent. I looked it up and I was like, oh my God. Because this has kind of been my point on Terrell Austin, is he was a bad defensive coordinator. He had 1 top 10 defense ever. We're keeping coaches who are terrible coaches and having them coach first-round picks.
Yeah.
Literally.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, they during that interview that Trey Essex was having, the guy asked him, well, do you think it's Pat Meyer? What is it? And he's like, why do they keep Pat Meyer was the question. He's like, well, the only thing I think of is because I guess he didn't want to say what we all know is they don't fire the coaches till their contract's up. He's like, I think they just want continuity. They want the offensive lineman because they're young to have the same guy for 3-4 years in a row and just see if they improve. But this is the problem with the fucking Steelers. They wait too long.
This is what the Steelers need to realize. Nobody wants continuity of suck.
Yeah. Yes.
Nobody wants that to be continued. Like, if it sucks, everybody wants you to get rid of it. Continuity, I get it, and I know it's worked for us. But if they're not good coaches, then there's no continuity. It's called you're fired because this is the standard, and you are not meeting it as a coach. And that's just the way it should be.
Yeah, I heard an interesting theory about this coaching thing, and it was obviously a guy who's used to working a commission sales type job and maybe running a commission sales type team, because this is the type of thing that happens in commission sales is a manager gets a budget of X amount, and then you pay yourself out of that budget and you pay your people out of that budget. And he was suggesting that Tomlin gets X budget from Rooney, and he pays himself an exorbitant salary, and he pays his coordinators nothing because he doesn't want to share the money. I don't necessarily think that's true.
Because his money is a contract. That's set in stone.
Yeah, but it could also easily be, if that's true, and it does in the sales world, it's very common. If that's true, then shame on Rooney, number one. But number two, first rule of good sales management is you don't pay yourself all the fucking money and fuck your salesman. And is Tomlin paying himself all the money and he's fucking his coaches? Because why else would you put up with this bullshit?
I think it's one of those rules that even Tomlin doesn't want to break, that you don't fire your coaches. Like, Matt Canada's still the offensive coordinator last year. If they're not screaming fire Canada during the fucking halftime of random games, they were under so much pressure to fire that guy that they just had to. They had to break 100 years of history and fire that guy. If that's not happening, if this isn't a social media era, Matt Canada is still the offensive coordinator. They're not going to fire him. This is a rule, and I don't know if I'm contradicting myself because I say Tomlin runs this organization. He does whatever he wants. But in this case, for some reason, they don't fire coaches. If I was Tomlin, I'd be like, listen, Art, we gotta make a change. This isn't working.
What the?
Let me get back to one more thing to bring up a point. So, like this, just back to the offensive line. So we're spending the last basically 3 years trying to model ourselves after the Philadelphia Eagles, right?
Yep.
And the average weight of their offensive line is 338. Ours is 315. It's a 23-pound difference. That is a massive difference in the NFL, especially in the trenches, because at 338, you typically outweigh most of the guys in front of you, except for, the big monster nose tackles of the world. But, like, you pretty much outweigh everybody on the defensive line at that point, which is why the Philadelphia Eagles can be so physical. That's why the tush push works, is they've got the beef to back it up. And then, of course, Jalen Hurts, being who he is, doesn't hurt the matter. But, like, we're getting these, like, small athletic linemen that we're supposed to pull. We're not teaching them any fucking technique. They have no real sense of schematics. Like, how many times has Broderick Jones and Dan Moore run face-to-face into each other in plays last year? Happened like 3 times.
Yeah.
You pointed out earlier in the week, Dave, Dan Moore runs straight right in the ass of whoever it was. It was Johnny Smith, I think, maybe.
Johnny Smith. Yeah, it was Johnny Smith.
Out blocking.
And he didn't know where to go.
Isaac Sayamalu. Jones passes off. Isaac's blocking the wrong fucking guy at the one tack. Like, these guys have no concept of what the schematic is supposed to look like. And it's like, are we changing the offensive system to fit Jalen Warren's running style and nobody in the offensive line is picking it up because Meyer's that bad? Or are these guys just so poorly coached that even a guy's a 9-year vet, like Isaac Sayamalu, he doesn't even know what the fuck's supposed to be going on. But we're all blaming Broderick Jones. who has played out of position. He's switched back. He has no fucking clue what he's doing because he's never been coached up as a raw prospect. And you get a surefire thing like Troy Falatoni, and that guy looks like fucking ass. I mean, what are we doing? This is not the players. This is the fucking coaching. This is all coaching.
Yeah, and Broderick in particular, who everyone knew was raw when he came out and needed coaching, needed someone to guide him through it. And they gave him fucking Pat Myers. And then we wonder why Pat Myers and Mike Tomlin.
In fact, if they were dead set on drafting a tackle, Myers should have been gone to ensure they got the right guy to develop these guys from the very beginning.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
but it comes back again. They don't fire their coaches for whatever fucking reason. It's money. It's money. Rooney doesn't want to spend the money.
I want to know, and we'll never probably find this out, or we'll find it out 10 years from now. Who the fuck let Dan Moore tell either Tomlin or Meyer, I only play left tackle. I'm not going to the right side. And which coach let him get away with that? Because that alone is fireable to me. That alone is fireable. I'm the boss, and you tell me where the fuck you play? Hey, buddy, you ain't a fucking quarterback. You play where I tell you to play.
Yeah, we'll never know that. I think it was partly it was Tomlin, the veteran, versus the rookie. I'm going to leave the veteran where he is. I'll move the rookie, which was a huge mistake because you drafted fucking Broderick Jones to replace Dan Moore anyway. So what's the point? That was the plan. So I don't know.
He was compared very much so to Andrew Thomas coming out in the draft. And Andrew Thomas was terrible his first year with the Giants. Terrible. People killed him, but he was a rookie. He played left tackle, and the Giants said, we're going to take our fucking lumps. We're going to play him here. Now he's one of the best left tackles in the league. If you had just taken your lumps 3 years ago, you wouldn't be in this situation.
I can't argue with you. We don't know for sure, but it could not have helped Broderick, who's already raw on the left side, to then move him to the right side. Let him loses all his confidence and get hung out to dry over there, and then move him back to the left.
Is this fair? What Big Pun's saying? Could this same thing be said for Pickett?
He flamed out
No.
anyway, but
no.
Pickett.
I mean, yes, it was unfair, but no, he didn't have the talent.
And
you could make the argument it was probably the worst scenario a rookie quarterback could ever come in. Matt Canada, 100%. Not a real good offense around him, not a good offensive line around him. Yeah, he was doomed.
Say he's got someone like Kevin O'Connell or Steichen that's in the building. Shanahan. Pick your guys, their gurus. Do you think he does better than he did with the Steelers?
Oh, I'm sure. It might not be great, but it's better
than
what's there.
I know it depends on this system too. There's a lot of things that it depends on, but I just going off what Big Pun's asking here, is that a legitimate question to ask? Like I wonder.
I'm gonna say no, and I'm gonna tell you why real quick, and I'll let you go, Trent. Arthur Moats, one of Kenny Pickett's first practices, and the knock on Kenny, aside many other things, but the big, real, actual, true physical knock on Kenny is the small hands. And he went to that first practice, and everybody was hype, and Moats got on his podcast and was like, I don't know, because those small hands, he's accurate when he gets a good grip and throws it, but a lot of times with those small hands, he didn't have a good grip, and that's when his passes wobbled and got off track. So no, I don't think if he had gone somewhere, because his hands are his hands.
So it's just a physical. I don't want to say disability, but it's a physical thing for him. Yeah.
The only guy who's ever made the Pro Bowl with hands that small is Michael Vick, and he did a couple other things really good.
Yeah.
So
a little bit.
Yeah. Pickett had arm strength issues too. Like he didn't have very good arm strength. Yeah. He had to literally torque his entire body into every throw.
Dresden with the scouting report, Pickett had a weak soul.
He's telling us he had more talent than Brock Purdy, and I don't know.
No, I disagree.
Did he though? Yeah. Did he?
Yeah, I don't.
We've talked about it before.
I mean, good. Well, put it this way: is Kevin Stefanski that much worse than some of these other coaches?
No,
as an offensive mind, I know everybody's gonna say, "Oh, he's from fucking Cleveland. Look at what Cleveland's done." But he, as an offensive coach, he knows his shit. And he can work with quarterbacks. He just can't work with the fucking pedophile.
Yeah.
I mean, going for what it is.
Allegedly.
Yes. The alleged pedophile.
35 times, but allegedly.
Yeah.
But again, I'm not sticking up for Kenny Pickett, but we already do now. But we're going to look back on the Matt Canada era and say that ruined careers. It ruined Deontay Johnson's career. It probably sunk Najee Harris, although we don't think he was that talented, but still going through that shit with Matt Canada. I mean, it was all-time bad. The worst hire, I think, in the history of NFL was Matt Canada as offensive coordinator. It was that bad.
I saw earlier Pun and Relic were all of a sudden talking this Najee noise. Look,
yeah, I saw too.
He had 400 fucking touches his rookie year. He was 50th in the NFL. If you carry the ball 300 times a year and you get 1,000 yards, what do you want, a fucking parade? Okay. If it gets to the end of the year and we realize Jalen is not a number one back, are any of us really going to be surprised by that? Trent's been making that point all year. I think he still could be a number one back. But bottom line is, I'll bet you by the end of the year, the combined backfield has more yards than Najee Harris would have got us. Najee Harris was so good, he got paid less than Jalen Warren. He was a backup. I hate that he hurt his Achilles. I don't wish that on him. But miss me with the Najee was good bullshit. Because
let me ask you this: would you rather have Najee Harris or Kenneth Gainwell?
As what?
Najee,
easy,
1,000 times.
Najee over Gainwell.
Nah. I'd take Gainwell.
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't, Bob.
Yes, I would. He's faster and he's a better receiver out of the backfield.
Dave forbids to take that.
Come on.
He's
Bob.
like, nah.
Najee has literally no vision. Everybody forgets there were holes, and we saw it on tape. And he ran into the fucking wrong place.
But there was a role here where he was like the hammer. He'd soften up the defense, and then Jalen Warren come in and do his thing, and that was successful. I'd rather have that than Kevin Gainwell doing nothing, and then, it's just a waste. It's a waste of a roster spot. Kenneth Gainwell's not good.
I'd rather have Lou Nichols than fucking Kenneth Gainwell at this point.
Oh, man. I'd love to see Lou Nichols get a shot.
Because we've talked about it. Jalen Warren, the way he runs, how violent he runs, and we can argue whether he's big or small. The guy's not going to last all year. He's already dinged up. He's got a violent running style. He seeks contact. He needs someone to run with him. I bring KJ in at this point. Let him be the hammer. Let him take the Najee role from last year. Let him be the hammer and soften these defenses up.
If you want a hammer, you got to play Trey Sermon.
Or Trey Sermon. Trey Sermon's not great.
Sermon is not a hammer, dude. Sermon's not a fucking hammer. I mean, even his best when he was at Ohio State, dude wasn't a hammer. He looks to avoid contact. He doesn't go at it.
Me and Dave talked.
And the practice squad. He's the biggest back we got.
Me and Dave talked.
Is Trey the biggest one we have?
He's a pretty big dude, right?
I don't know. He's like 6'1".
Anyways, Dave,
I don't think he outweighs Caleb.
They're
close.
That combination of Najee and Warren kind of worked. It didn't work great, but it worked. It worked better than it is what we have now.
Because
with you, Bob. You're not going to get anything.
Not really. No, it didn't work.
5 yards. That was the thing. We
couldn't run the ball with them. Look, you want to change the running game? I'll make it real fucking easy. Draft a running back who's actually fast.
No. You'll get no arguments from me there.
I mean, that's a guy. But
we don't want to go there again. My man.
I'm not buying into it, Corb. I'm not buying into it today.
Yeah.
He's trying. He's trying to take it back out of me.
He's taking the Bob roll there, trying to reel us in.
Just a little.
All right, let's get to this game.
That's right. There's a game.
And Trent was right. Caleb does outweigh Sermon.
Yeah, a little bit. Is it about 5 pounds, Bob?
Yeah, it's actually 9.
9 pounds. Okay.
Yeah.
Sermon was pretty light coming out. He gained weight in the NFL. Actually, he came out pretty light.
Shower curtain said, "You fuckers cracked me up."
I hit it at the same time you did.
That's an appropriate comment for our podcast right there.
And I disagree with this. I don't think they drafted Caleb as an upgrade to Najee. I think they just drafted Caleb because, hey, let's go get another big fucking back. Hey,
No,
big slow backs seem to not work. Let's keep doing it.
See, taking him in the third when he fits the scheme, I thought they drafted him to be the future starting running back of the team.
And they still might have.
He's still going to be.
It's still early. I'm not willing to write the kid off yet. I'm not. I wasn't.
I thought that trick.
You wrote him off after one preseason run.
No, I said he was slower than I thought, and I said he gave me Najee vibes. If he ends up being Najee Harris, at least it's something. They don't have anything right now.
Hey, you know
they got nothing. Kenneth Gainwell's giving them nothing.
Everybody's acting like they know what Caleb Johnson is.
He's
got 2 fucking carries on the season. How in the fuck do any of you have a full comment of what this kid is?
He has 2 carries for -1 yards. Just put it out there.
And
that's fine.
And probably the stupidest NFL play since the butt fumble.
The Steelers Gen X show.
All right, let's get to the game. Dave, I'm in that dark place you were last week. I took your spot. I'm dark for this guy. I know it's going to come as a shock to a lot of our loyal fan listeners here, but
yeah, I was going to say, shocker.
This help me out, guys. I don't see any way the Steelers pull us out. I can't envision anything. I'm sorry, I can't.
I'll let you guys go, and then I'm gonna bring the fucking sunshine here.
All right.
If Bob's bringing the sunshine, we're fucked. Anybody got a pop? Anybody got a? Give me something. What are the Steelers going to do well?
Okay, so I guess I'll just go. The Vikings defense is 22nd ranked against the run. They're giving up an average of 130 yards per game. That's what the Steelers want to do. However, here is the problem. The Steelers are ranked 31st in rushing.
I was going to say, it's just what the doctor ordered for the Vikings defense to get them well.
If the Steelers were just really good at it, then I would, I'd be like, okay. But that's what I see here. That's kind of the kink in the armor. They're third against the pass, though. They do really good against the pass. So throwing the ball is going to, I just don't see it happening too much. So they're going to run. And I think this game you are going to see a mix. I think the Steelers are going to let KJ get some carries. With Warren being a little dinged up, I think it's going to happen. So
I don't think he's going to get a helmet.
You don't think so?
Tomlin's press conference already said basically he's playing.
Did he?
Not so many words, but he basically said Caleb. It sounds like Caleb's getting carries.
I don't know why. I got this strange feeling we're going to see KJ. Like, we're going to see him get some carries. I don't know why. I could be completely wrong.
This is the defense to play him.
You guys could be right, but if they put him on the field, I hope for this.
If the Steelers win this game, it is because they will be successful on the ground. That'll be why.
Trent, you got any words of encouragement? Before Bobby blows that sunshine out of his butt and blows us all away?
Greg, Dave hasn't been this dark about the Steelers since last week.
I picked them to win last week, Greg. I said it was going to be ugly, and it was, and they somehow pulled it out.
I mean, they've given up 22-plus points against the Bears and the Falcons, who really haven't been good offensive teams so far this year. I mean, their defensive rating is coming in large part due to their blitz. They're creating pressures they're not really blitzes, actually. Most of them are simulated pressures where they're not actually blitzing. They're still rushing forward, but they're just bringing guys, dropping other guys.
Yeah.
And, the Cincinnati game where Cincinnati only put up 10 points and they were held pretty despicably. Falcons only had 198 yards in that game too. So the defense has played well. We're not going to score through the air. This team's number 1 in the NFL in passing touchdowns defensively.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bad sign. But
you think
for a team that has struggled to get open for most of the season, that's a bad sign, guys.
But
I think
Bob, you've been dying.
I'm telling you, Caleb Johnson's going to have some. He's going to have some yardage in this game. He's going to make a difference.
I hope so.
I'll be ready,
Bobby.
Before we get too caught up in how great the Vikings pass defense is, let's remember who they've played. Caleb Williams, who many of us on this podcast, at least two of us, think is trash. They played Jake Browning, who was awful. And they played Michael Penix. But if you didn't catch his outing against Minnesota, go watch the tape in Carolina. Whoa, 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 whoa. So, look, here's what's going to happen. And I'm telling you, this is the reason for hope. Carson Wentz is a turnover fucking machine.
Can be.
Kevin O'Connell is, he's an expert and all this. But unless he can run out there and hold on to the ball for Wentz fumbles more than he throws interceptions, and he doesn't exactly not throw interceptions. I feel like this is going to be a game where Wentz turns it over 2 or 3 times, and it'll shorten fields for the offense. They'll do something. And I also think quarterback play in the NFL is important. I like Drake May. I think he's got a bright future, but I told you last week, Aaron will figure out a way to win that game, and Drake will figure out a way to lose it. It was his running backs who fucking lost it, but Drake also threw some interceptions too. Carson Wentz versus Aaron Rodgers. I don't care if fucking Pee Wee Herman is coaching Aaron Rodgers. Give me Aaron Rodgers all day, every day over Carson Wentz. I think the offensive line here is going to have a day, mostly because by day, I mean, they'll play better than they did last week. If it keeps getting a little bit better each week, maybe by the end of the year, these guys might actually be average. At this point, this is the matchup that the interior line has. I know Hargrave has a reputation, and he was a good player for us. He's been a good player in his career. I know Jonathan Allen has a reputation. He's been a good player in the league. These guys are shorter, smaller guys, which should let this offensive line push them. If they can't push these guys, they're not pushing anybody all year, and in which case, fucking put in Mason Rudolph and let's go 3-14.
Jesus.
All right. Let me give you guys some of my concerns. First of all, do you remember the last time the Steelers went abroad? Coaches falling asleep in meetings, players not prepared, clusterfuck in the highest order. And now we hear from Mike Tomlin this week. No, we heard from Darius Slay. Excuse me. I don't know what the practice schedule is when we get there. Well, I'm not sure what's going on. I have no idea. They're going to wing it. Sounds good. We're already doing this again. And as far as this small defense that you're pinning your hopes on, Bob, this small defense. I'm listening to Trey X.
It's not a bunch of Calvin Austins out there, but they are relatively small. It's an objective fact. They are a smaller, faster defense. If you play power football, theoretically, you should be able to push those guys around. I'm not saying we're going to push them around, but theoretically, you can push those guys around.
We should be able to.
And theoretically, this team struggles against all kinds of stunts and twists, and we're not even – and now you're facing probably the best defensive coordinator for disguising blitzes and confusing offenses. We think this is mysteriously they're going to get this now? Traveling to Ireland to play the Vikings and going up against these sim blitzes and Seumalo and Jones running into each other, and all of a sudden they're going to do well? No, it's going to be a disaster. This is going to be a disaster.
If we only had a 41-year-old Hall of Fame quarterback who could recognize that shit.
Mom. He can't play line for them. He's going to have a great view of the Ireland skyline because he's going to be looking up at it all day.
I was about to say that's the biggest issue is that he needs time, and
he's not going to have it.
It hasn't happened,
and he's going to like he has the first 3 weeks.
This is a horrendous matchup in Pittsburgh. You take this shit show to another country, I'm telling you guys, this is going to be bad. You ain't seen bad until you see the Steelers offense go against this Vikings defense.
So, speaking of the Vikings offense, they're 13th in rushing, averaging 122.3 rushing yards. They're 30th in passing, though, as we're not surprised with McCarthy. And now Wentz. So, averaging 145.7 yards a game. Total, they're 28th total in yards offense. It's 268 yards a game. So like, it's not like they're high powered, but they're getting the addition of Addison that could change things. That's the thing. So without him, this is where they've been. They're sixth in scoring, averaging 27 points a game. Yeah. Steelers defense, 27th against the run, 26th against the pass, 28th total. And we're 22nd in scoring, giving up 25.7 points a game. So
doom, despair.
Yeah, but you're going up against the turnover machine in Carson Wentz. You're going up against an offensive line who's down a couple of guys. They're still very good, but
we just had 5 turnovers last week and we got 7 goddamn points.
Yeah,
against the worst defense.
I think Bob, the more I think about it, I think it comes down to exactly what Bob's saying about turnovers. If we don't get turnovers, we're losing.
Yeah, you're going to need about 5 turnovers to win this game.
It's
just like they won. You're going to do the same thing.
If we don't run for 200 yards, we ain't fucking winning this game.
Oh, you're not running for 200 yards.
They have to. I'm just telling you, we have to run for 200 yards, or we're not winning this game.
I think exactly the opposite. I do not think they should be run heavy at all at the beginning because Flores is expecting them to be run heavy. The time to pass is early and often because by the time Flores adjusts to that, you may have a 14, 17-point lead, and then you can, when he adjusts to the exotic blitzes, then maybe you can catch a big run because all of a sudden they've done something crazy going after Rodgers. So, yeah, I look, if Caleb Johnson plays, I've stated this and I'm going to continue to state it. If Caleb Johnson gets on the field, the first 5 times he's on the field should be passing plays because Flores and everybody else in the building, even the Irish, who I love, I am Irish, but they don't know anything about fucking American football. Even they know that Caleb Johnson's getting the ball when he's in the game.
Yeah, did you see the thing? Tomlin's not gonna even walk through on the field.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. Not even
this fucking kills me, dude. We don't need to do a walkthrough. What do we need to walk through? We don't need to see what the field conditions are. We don't need to know any of that stuff. Are you fucking retarded? Are you fucking retarded? You don't need to know what the field's like? You've never played in this country. You've never played on this field. You're not going to let the players go on the field and see what it's like? See what kind of cleats you need? It's a fucking clown show. I'm dead serious. This is retarded. I know I shouldn't use that word. It's not a PC word anymore. But it is what it is.
Yeah. Hey, like
we don't need to walk through.
This is the Gen X Steelers.
There we go.
I'm flabbergasted. We don't need to walk on the field to see what it's like. We're good. Are you kidding me?
It's a grass field.
Fucking Vikings gonna win by 30 points, dude. This is.
It's a grass field. I don't think that's
Bob.
Just like you.
They do it on every other field in the league.
Fields they can practice, and Mike Florio, Pro Football Talk, gets on and says they didn't have places to practice.
They could practice in a parking lot for fuck's sake if they really wanted to.
Which is what they had to do. So why? Hey, if we're in the parking lot, we'll walk.
Mike Tomlin's not going to practice. We don't need practice. We know what the fuck we're doing.
Look, as far as I'm concerned, go out and get drunk before the game. Maybe you'll play better.
This is Allen Iverson practice. You want to talk about practice?
Yeah, this. I can't. I can't with this team. I'm so fed up.
I'm gonna rewind back to Bob's point from a minute ago, before we became the Get Off Our Lawn podcast.
Yeah.
Listen, Brian Flores is not the type of defensive coordinator that waits to figure out what you're doing. He attacks early and often. That's why I think you have to be damn determined to establish the run game in this one first and then open up the pass, because he's going to come after you and run blitzes and pass blitzes. He's not going to care. He's the aggressor. He's been known as the aggressor his entire career. If you can't establish the run game and start wearing these faster, smaller defensive linemen down, he's going to be a problem. He's good. It could go back to Dave's point. It could turn into a blowout real quick if you don't make them more one-dimensional as a defense. You have to make this thing dirty and ugly and going back to like the old school Steelers, like run the ball 30 fucking times to try to open up the pass game and do it until it works. Even if you average 1.5 yards a carry for the first 2 quarters, you have to establish, or they're just not going to have a chance.
And
Flores is going to crush them.
It's a good point, Trent. What I would say though is if I come out knowing he's going to run blitz, and again we're talking about Steelers coaches, we know he's probably going to run blitz. He's going to do something interesting. Fucking go max protect and DK Metcalf against Byron Murphy or Isaiah Rodgers and just fucking throw it up. I'm telling you, they have no answer for DK Metcalf in this game, but you got to throw it to him. He's got to catch the fucking ball.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this is the answer. We're going to play Joe Flacco, throw it up and pray for a flag. This is what it's come down to.
You don't pray for a flag. These guys are 5'3" guarding 7 foot tall DK Metcalf. He is 6 inches bigger than them. Not to mention the fact, have you ever seen DK Metcalf? He's 2 of these guys put together. I heard Chris Hoke earlier in the week, and I really agree with this. He was like, this could be a big thing in the game. You get DK Metcalf one-on-one with Isaiah Rodgers, that ball should go there every fucking time. Put Darnell Washington in the game, send him 7 yards down the middle and turn around and throw it to him. Because there is nobody on the Minnesota defense, there's really nobody in the NFL, who can contend with that guy. Use your size, box out, throw these guys a fucking ball, and let them eat and get yards after the catch. Metcalf could probably carry Rodgers 60 yards.
And that's another thing, too. They got to start using Washington more.
We've been asking for that since the day he was drafted, Dave. They just don't want. I don't know what it is, but they don't want to.
Them?
And how tall are the Patriots corners? They had no problem reining in DK Metcalf last week. No problem whatsoever.
They weren't like these.
Too deep.
Go ahead, Trent.
Too deep coverage.
Yeah, they're just going to put a safety over
That's
the top.
all it is.
And DK Metcalf that's it. No more DK Metcalf. Then what?
Brian Flores doesn't play too deep coverage, though.
He doesn't typically.
If you're going to do all these exotic blitzes, you ain't playing too deep. He's going to dare Rodgers to beat him. I'm telling you. I've seen Flores is great, but I've seen that playbook. He doesn't drop back and play coverage. He comes after you. Rodgers has got to eat with DK and make him get out of those blitzes.
Guys, it just hit me. Is this the Roman Wilson breakout game?
What's in your cup tonight?
Is he? Wait.
Serious?
Sir, I am hydrating.
Did he catch the train yet? Is he still chasing the train?
The train ran him over. Yeah, the train hit him.
And let me enlighten you, Relic. So DK Metcalf, unlike George fucking Pickens, all he needs is a step. And you can throw if DK gets one step, 6 or 7 yards, you can throw it up. You don't need 2 or 3 seconds to get DK open. And if one-on-one with Murphy or Rodgers, he's open, throw it to him. You don't need to throw it 30 yards down the field.
That's a good one, Greg.
Chisel God in Gaelic.
In theory, what you're saying is true, Bob. But I'm still
Roman Wilson is how you say it.
Oh God. Everything you say makes sense, except we haven't seen it.
Yeah, no,
maybe one time the whole season.
I talked about it with you guys in prep, but I want to bring it up. Bob Pompiani, when he was over there and he called back, he was talking to Pony and Muller on the PM show, and he said he feels like this has to be played like it's the last game of the year, that the urgency has been communicated to Tomlin, that we better not get fucking embarrassed here. If he comes out and has a blowout game, Pompiani thinks there's going to be real pressure on Tomlin for the first time, because that if the Roonies get embarrassed in Ireland, which, you know, depending on how you feel about it, might actually be something you want to root for. I don't. I want to see them play well and win in spite of. I never feel like the coaches are going to contribute anything, except maybe Arthur Smith. It's in spite of, and I think in spite of they might win.
You know what could be an interesting thing to watch in this one? As much as we love Jaylen Warren in this game, slipping him out in screens might happen a lot.
They should do that early and often because that's one of their few hopes.
And that's an area where he really can tear up this Minnesota defense because their middle linebackers are not fast. He's going to outrun everyone in that middle linebacker group.
Out of the game, right? He's out.
Yeah.
Is Ivan Pace out?
No, is it Ginkle? Is it there?
Van Ginkel. Yeah, he's the outside.
He's outside linebacker.
Yes.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Which Dallas Turner can run. That dude can run.
Yeah, that dude can run.
Oh yeah, he is the strong side linebacker. My bad.
Yeah, I think. But honestly, to be totally honest, the only hope is that Carson Wentz throws up a stinker in this game and keeps it close, and they find a way to win a one-score game like they normally do. That's the only way I see it. As Carson Wentz is god awful, and he keeps the Steelers in this game.
I'm telling you,
we need a 10-7 win if we're going to win. It's going to be a dirty, ugly, kick him down, drag him out type of fight.
This is a Najee game. This is a game you want Najee. Give me 4 yards a carry, 3.5 yards a carry, grind it out, wear him down.
That's why I think I'm telling you, KJ, like this is a perfect game for him. And if he does, and if he can wear them down, if he gets 10 carries in the first half and doesn't touch the ball the rest of the game, if he wears that front down and the offensive line can lean on them a little bit, Jaylen Warren can have a fucking explosive second half. And that's where you can use that kid at what he's best at. That's my whole argument. Everybody thinks I think everybody thinks I hate Jaylen Warren. I don't hate him. I hate his role right now. I love Jaylen in his role from last year. He was the best at what he does. Let him do that in this game. Let KJ do the early work. And then wear this defense down. And then Jaylen Warren can go batshit fucking crazy the entire rest of the second half. That's our chance. That's our only chance.
I think we're actually going to see it. I think we're going to see KJ.
Don't undersell number 8. Number 8 is the reason we're going to win this game.
He's going to be running for his freaking life, Bob. If you're going to rely on him in the passing game, you're cooked. You're cooked.
Minnesota.
You don't think Brian Flores is looking at this offensive line and go, "Oh my God, I can confuse the fuck out of them. I'm going to have my way with them."
Patriots thought that with their 9 sacks last week, that they were going to go in there and just
again, Bob. They're not even in that game if they don't turn the ball over 5 times. That's a blowout loss if they don't turn the ball over.
I'm sorry. Did I miss the fact? Did I miss the fact we went up 14-0 and dominated the first 2 times we touched the ball?
And then you sucked the rest of the game.
We didn't suck. They didn't touch the ball. They ran most of their plays in the first 3 drives. And then when it was time to win, Aaron went down the field and won the game.
I think New England had, 26 first downs in that game or something crazy like that. They dominated from the first half of the first quarter on to almost the end.
That's definitely the offense's fault.
Would you do this?
What do we hit?
Yes.
I say spread them
out.
Trent just said it.
Let Roger it out. Yeah, it's literally what Trent brought up.
I wouldn't do that.
I'm telling you, missing
You're
Van
asking
Ginkel
for some...
is big. It's not. Van Ginkel is missing is big. He's their best edge rusher.
They're
not
big.
They're not some monster rushing team.
I think Dallas Turner brings a little juice, though. I do think he brings a little juice behind that.
Oh no, I agree. But
you're putting your hopes on some stuff that's.
This ain't Harold fucking Landry we're facing this week. It's not.
You're facing a guy who's gonna. It's worse. You're facing a defensive coordinator who's going to confuse this offensive line. Not that it takes much, because they're already confused when they walk off the bus. But this is going to get worse. They're going to be.
About 3 weeks ago, I just said it's on 8. He'll be the reason. But now we're seeing Austin 20 yards. We're seeing DK Metcalf can't even get over 25 yards receiving. It's bad. It's really bad. So I think it's a little too much for Rodgers to be able to overcome on his own. That's the way I feel about it.
Has Mike Tomlin ever faced KOC before?
No.
As a head coach, that's another thing. We know what happens to this freaking team the first time they face a good head coach. They get slaughtered.
I think the Vikings have the best tandem in the whole fucking NFL. Between Flores and KOC. Yeah.
Oh, it's a coaching mismatch.
If they had anybody but Carson Wentz playing quarterback, I might be inclined to agree with you. But you're glossing over the biggest fact. Oh, O'Connell's a genius. And he wasn't a genius with J.J. McCarthy. He sure as hell isn't going to be a genius with Carson Wentz.
A 3-game sample size.
You know what?
Okay.
You know what? Bob's bringing up JJ McCarthy. I'm on fucking board, Bob. We're fucking dominating this game. We got this.
I don't know about dominating, but I do feel like Minnesota is not a juggernaut. This is not the 14-3 Vikings. This is a team that barely beat Atlanta, beat a bad Cincinnati team, and lost to they beat the Bears and they lost to Atlanta. They're not that good.
We'll see.
I hope you're right.
Neither are the Steelers, by the way.
Getting Addison back in the mix on their offense with Jettis and Thielen moves to their number 3. Hawkinson.
Do we remember Steichen?
Is great.
Do we remember the Texans and when they came in here and confused the fuck out of Tomlin? Do we remember these things?
They're the original architect over making TJ a non-factor.
Yeah. I will say this. Mm-hmm. Cam Hayward's going to have another fucking monster game because Donovan Jackson's out.
Yeah. Yep.
And Harmon's going to play more snaps.
Yeah, Harmon should get every fucking snap that kid can handle.
I felt like Harmon was in there, like Cam was on fire. Like there was something, those two together, like peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, and make sure.
All right, let's save some for Sunday's pod. We're gonna go. In case you guys don't know, we're gonna go pregame Sunday morning, 8:30. Get your asses out of bed and come watch us scream at each other even more.
Crack that first beer, baby.
Because I'll be cranky in the morning, and I'm not gonna be having it.
The darkness will be even better on Sunday.
Look forward to that preview with a cranky Dave just rolling out of bed.
I'm gonna try to dive. I'm gonna try to dive pretty hard into the Vikings tape from last week just to see what we're matching up against with Wentz in there.
Sounds good. I'm gonna try to hit some too because I haven't watched besides TV. I haven't watched any Vikings closely. All right, let's do legendary NFL picks. You guys ready?
Yeah, just real quick. Big Pun brought up another big key, and we're definitely going to talk about this Sunday.
It's possible. Hey, if they get the 5 turnovers, they'll win the game. That's fine, but I don't see it. And it's not sustainable. If they win, you can't expect 5 turnovers every fucking game.
Yes, I can.
Why not, Dave? Why not?
Oh God,
we've paid enough money into this defense that we should expect 5 turnovers every game.
You're right, Trent. It's a great point. You're absolutely right.
So we're going to legendary picks.
We are. Let's do it.
Well, folks, when you're right 52% of the time, you're wrong 48% of the time.
Oh, we get up the standings.
Yeah, let's get those standings up there, Bobby.
Oh boy,
yeah, Dave's still ahead.
Dave wants to see those.
Pass.
Hang on. We're getting there.
The suspense is killing me.
I apologize for not being ready with it.
Dave, there's plenty of room in the dark house if you want to come back before Sunday. Plenty of room here.
Bro, I live there. Like, yeah.
I thought we discussed this, Corb. I thought we discussed this. It worked last week. Get your ass back in there. Okay?
No.
Trent, you're invited too. I don't think I can get Bob in there. He's sunshines and rainbows over there.
I am sunshines and rainbows until we're 3 games under 500. Then it's tank fucking time, baby. All right. So let's put up these standings.
So week 8, Bob, is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
No, it'll be
week 8. Let's see.
The last
out there
4.
now. They better win these games because after that bye week,
3 straight.
Ooh, 6 games over 500, buddy. Against the spread.
Look, I'm going to be honest. I'm fucking thrilled I'm 500. Like, I'm going to tell you what. Early Sunday games, I have been horrendous. And I'm just and then all of a sudden, I just crush it second part of Sunday. And then I end up being 500. I don't know how, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. And then AFC North, Trent, even though he's last place in picks, but he's a close last, is moved up to second in the AFC North standings.
It's with a losing record.
It's a pretty low bar, Bob. It's a pretty low bar.
3-7 down there. What the hell's going on?
Yeah.
Hey,
I told you early games. I'm struggling. They're all AFC North games early. I'm struggling.
Hey, we were 1-5. We went 500 last week, baby.
If Dave ever figures out Dave's got pretty much all of it figured out now. He's leading the pack everywhere across the board.
Yeah.
Things are back the way they should be.
And smooth Jimmy.
Lock of the week. Look at that.
Oh, and lock of the week.
Look at this.
Woo, I'm getting crushed in lock of the week too. Damn.
Well, I'm ahead of Trent. That's all that matters.
Hey, first of all, we're fucking tied, okay? Bob is giving me no help.
Alphabetical order.
I'm going
First name alphabetical order.
Can't go 3A, 3B, Bob, goddamn.
All right, let's get it started. It's Jackson Dart time, boys. Are you ready? Are you ready? Chargers are going to New York. The Giants are getting 6 points at home. You know who I'm taking.
Are you really?
Do it.
I'm taking my Giants.
Oh, my God.
Jackson Dart.
Well, we appreciate that, Dave.
I figured I'd give you guys one.
We need it. We need it.
So, I'll go next.
Smooth Jimmy's lock of the week.
Oh, boy.
Yeah,
we knew this was coming. We knew this was coming.
I'm taking the Chargers for sure here. This is every chance to get ugly here. Chargers defense is really, really good. They have done Jackson Dart no favors here. Why you didn't hold this kid out till next week and play him against? You should have played Jameis. I don't get it. I really.
I actually, in all seriousness, I agree with you. This is a terrible game to throw my guy in.
Like,
fucking Chargers defense. This is not very good. Not a very good idea. Who's next, Dave?
Dude, I'm taking.
We can't say it really. Just to be clear, no matter what happens this weekend, you got to give him at least 8 games before we can say I told you.
You got to give him at least one more than this one. You're throwing him into the fucking Wolves.
Yeah, he's got to get 8.
We'll give him 2 like McCarthy. He gets 2.
Yeah, give him 3 like McCarthy, then you can shit all over him. I get it.
Well, that's true. Unless he looks like JJ McCarthy, then we're killing him next week.
Anyways, I picked them to cover. Look, Mahomes and them struggled and still beat the Giants. Was it 22-9 or something like that? Yep. The Chargers are firing on all cylinders, so I think they're going to have 0 issues. They'll cover.
So I think Chargers are a legitimate Super Bowl team right now.
They are.
If anybody seriously, Dave, I'm going to say seriously, taking the Giants to cover this game, you're betting with house money because you're just begging for something bad to happen to the Chargers. Like
Chargers coming off a big game, big emotional game, traveling across country.
I don't care. That offensive line, man. I'm a bet on the Chargers' offensive line until they fail.
Yeah. Giants got a good pass rush. This could get interesting.
McConkey, what? Quinn Johnson, Keenan Allen, Marion Harrison's now starting to pick it up.
I get it.
Trey Harris.
Let's put it this way: has Joe Alt has he even given up a sack this year?
Yeah, that guy's a monster.
Have either of the tackles given up a sack this year?
Bob, I keep forgetting that they got him. Man, they've got an excellent wide receiver core. Holy fuck!
Yeah, this man, the Chargers are clicking.
Yeah,
they are. They're a good football team.
They are.
Carolina Panthers traveling up to New England. They're getting 5.5 points. I can't believe they beat Atlanta last week. I cannot. They shut out Atlanta. They fucking destroyed Atlanta. I don't get it.
That division's a fucking shit show.
But, Dave actually brought up an important stat about this. Dave, tell us about Bryce Young.
Me?
And the Falcons. No, David.
Oh, the whole Bryce Young is 3-1 against the Falcons. So if I'd have known that, I might not have picked that defense to be my start of the week in fantasy. Oops.
Rub it
in, Bob. Why you gotta bring up old shit? Okay, we're talking about this week. All right, son of a bitch. We're gonna be 8 weeks from now. Hey, Dave, remember that time? Like a fucking
remember that time you picked the defensive start of the week in fantasy? How'd that shit work out?
Hey, look, sometimes you gotta take chances here. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Who wants to go first? Trent, go first.
The point spread's pretty favorable, but I think the Patriots, after the way that they were able to move the ball on our defense, even though they had all the turnovers and this and that, this team's probably not going to give up that many turnovers. Panthers' defense has not been exactly great. I think the Patriots bounce back. It's tough cover on this one, but I'm gonna go with the Patriots to cover.
I don't like the 5.5.
Yeah, me either.
I think the Panthers are horrible away, if I remember correctly. So, yeah I'm going to take the Patriots to cover.
Bob?
Oh man, this is a tough one because I think this is a field goal game. But the Panthers, when they got on a roll last year, they did get hot and they won a few games. I just don't. I think the Patriots are going to be pissed off about losing to the Steelers and turning the ball over 5 times. I like Trevian Henderson to go really crazy in this game because I think he's going to carry the ball every fucking time. I don't see that how the Patriots cannot cover.
Yeah.
Patriots are going to win by double digits in this game. They're going to blow the Panthers out. It's not even going to be close. It's not going to be close. I'm taking the win. The Cleveland Browns are traveling to Detroit. They're getting 10 points. Can you give 10 points to the Cleveland defense?
No.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can.
They showed me something, man.
Yeah.
They showed me something.
That's too many points.
Yep. I could see 7, maybe 8, 10.
Lions looked great against the Ravens, but
yeah, but so did Green Bay before they
yeah. This is a letdown game coming off a big win. That was Monday night, right? So they got a short week.
The only difference here is now it's the Browns away. That's the only thing where I'm like,
I'm taking the Browns to cover.
I still am too. I don't like 10.
I think the Lions win, but the Browns cover.
Yeah.
I got to play some catch up here somewhere, so I'm going to take the Lions to cover on this one.
Nice.
I mean, I don't like it. I'll be perfectly honest with you because that Browns defense has been really, really good. I was worried about both coordinators being really new in Detroit, but man, that team doesn't look like they missed too much since they get to 2 new coordinators in the building. And Gibbs probably makes a play in this game that helps cover the spread.
Let's not forget, Cleveland was down 10-0 with like 5 minutes to go in the game. Green Bay was well on its way to covering, and then they went stupid. And all of a sudden, Cleveland covered. I mean, they basically – the Lions are not Green Bay. Yeah, Green Bay beat them in Green Bay. This is the Lions at home. They're coming off the Ravens win. I understand. But the thing that most impressed me about Detroit on Monday night was not the offense. We know what we're getting with that offense. That defense is fucking stout. I don't think the Browns score. Then that's why I think they cover. I like the Lions here.
All right. Next one, we got a real stinker. The New Orleans Saints are traveling to Buffalo. They're getting 15.5. I don't know if there's a spread high enough that you can make me take the Saints in this game. You could give them 30, I'd be worried.
I was going to say Bills. Bills cover.
Bills are going to cover.
If it was at Saints, I'd be tempted not. But since it's in Buffalo, yeah.
Bob, what do you think?
I heard Nick DaCosta, who goes on the Starkey show all the time for the gambling, and he made an interesting point. The Saints run a lot of plays. They run fast. I think this is a 1.5 too high. I think the Saints lose this game. I think they end up losing it somewhere in the neighborhood of 31-17. So I'm taking the Saints to cover.
Okay.
Having said that,
I love
Smooth Jimmy's lock of the week.
that timing was good.
there is zero chance the fucking Saints cover this game. You could give them a fucking 24-point edge, and they still ain't covering. They suck. Dude, this is first pick of the draft written all over it. The Bills are gonna clean. That stadium's gonna be cheering the entire fucking game. They're gonna get tired from jumping up and down cheering.
The fans are gonna be tired.
The fans are gonna be fucking more exhausted than the Saints because the Saints are gonna be going home early.
Here's how it's going to work. It's going to be 21-0 at half. They're going to come out. They're going to score. It's going to be 28-0. Mitch Trubisky is going to come in the game. The Saints will make it.
That's the only hope. That is the only hope.
Shit.
The Saints will make it 28-7. Mitch Trubisky will turn the ball over. It'll be 28-14. Buffalo will kick a field goal to make it 31-14. And then the Saints at the gun, 31-17, baby. Saints cover.
Oh, goodness. I want some of what Bob's drinking. The Philadelphia Eagles are traveling to Tampa Bay. They're giving the Bucks 3.5 points. This is a pretty good game. It's a pretty good game.
3.5? I thought it was 2.5. Must have gone up.
I had 3.5 on. Let me double check it to make sure.
I had 3.5 on DraftKings.
DraftKings, yeah, that's where I got it from. So it's 3.5. Who wants to go first on this one? This is a tough one.
So I'll just say it real quick. All of the Eagles' games have been really close. Like, really close. I mean, they should have lost if not for that blocked field goal attempt they took to the house for a touchdown to walk the game off. Basically, I just did a baseball term. Sorry, but yeah, I don't trust that. I don't think they cover.
All right,
taking the Bucks. Trent,
yeah.
This may be the toughest one to pick.
It is. It is.
Here's where I'm gonna go with this one. This is the logic. This is just gut feeling type thing. The Bucks at home, Baker Mayfield plays big in big moments. He does enough to at least make sure this game is down to the wire close. This does not end up, in my opinion, being more than a field goal game, one way or the other. I think the Bucks cover in this.
Bucks have been living way too dangerously, and they got lucky against the Jets. They've had to score on the last possession every game to win. The Eagles, I think, got their wake-up call last week. The bad news for the NFL is they got down 19 points, woke up, and came back and won the game. Eagles are the best team in football. I don't think this game will be close. I like the Eagles here.
Yeah, I'm going to go Eagles too. All right. The Washington Commanders are traveling to Atlanta. They're getting 2.5 points. Daniels is out, right, for this game?
Yes, Daniels is.
This spread would be different.
McLaurin is questionable. Yeah,
no, he's out.
Okay, McLaurin's out too?
Yeah, he's officially out.
Oof. Falcons got shut out by the fucking Panthers last week. Shut out.
See, that's why I think at home they're going to be pissed off after what happened. I don't think that the Commanders are going to cover. Commanders are 2.5. Wait, you have
Commanders are getting 2.5.
Oh, so the Falcons are the favorites.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have it on mine. It's the opposite. Huh.
Let me look it up. Maybe I made a mistake. I do type these quick, so I could.
Well, it would make more sense what you have because of the fact McLaurin and
Atlanta's at home.
Out. That's why I thought it was that way. So better make sure there.
Let me take a quick look.
While we're looking, I noticed in chat Jamal said he has a
Commanders
show.
get 2.5.
Yeah. Commanders are getting to. No, I think the Falcons will cover.
What were you gonna say, Bob?
I was gonna say I saw in chat something about Jamal mentioning that he had a show and he was inviting people to come after the show. So Jamal, if you want to throw that back up in chat, man, everybody go support Jamal's show after you're done watching us.
Okay. I'm gonna take the Falcons in this one. I think they like Bob said, Dave, you said their butt hurt from getting their asses kicked last week. They're gonna come back out.
They had to be so embarrassed. I couldn't even.
Washington without Jaden Daniels is not the same. Not the same.
They won last week.
I was gonna say they did win.
They beat Vegas.
But without McLaurin too, I think that's a little too much.
On the road, Falcons are winning this game.
I'm going the other way. I'm going the Commanders.
You know, Trent, I
think the Falcons are just a bad team. I think
completely agree.
Raheem Morris is probably going to be on a short leash.
The shortest leash ever. You're absolutely right. Yep. Yeah. You can barely see it. If
McLaurin was playing, I would agree with Trent. I would go Commanders here. But without McLaurin,
it's the only reason. To be honest,
I think the Falcons are trash. If they lose this game, they might not win 5 games. And I said this before the season. And if you were watching the Draft Professor podcast with the big Falcons fan, was like, "Oh, we're going to be fucking on top of the division." Yeah, if you mean Division III football in the NCAA, you're going to be on top of that fucking division. You're lucky you're playing the Commanders without Jaden Daniels. I'm taking the Falcons, but I don't feel good about it.
Yeah.
The Tennessee Titans are traveling to Houston to play the Texans. They're getting 7 points. Texans have been disappointing.
Yeah.
Their offensive line's a shit show.
Hasn't their schedule been tough, though? I thought I saw that all their games have been good teams.
I don't know.
Their offensive line is worse than
Bad.
ours.
I'm just
And
saying.
they changed out the entire line.
I
Yeah.
think they've faced a lot of good. If I remember, I was looking at this stuff. I think it was them. I saw they had all their matches have been against good.
I'll tell you right now.
If that's true,
Jags, Buccaneers, and Rams. So,
yeah, to me, that's
Buccaneers and
those are
Rams pretty
teams.
good.
I think all those are
three
good teams.
playoff teams.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's why I think the Texans
Jags in the
will
playoffs?
cover in this game.
Oh yeah,
I can
think
see
so.
it. Yeah, I can see it.
I don't think
Just
it's a
because
done
they're
deal, but-
only because of their division.
And their
they got the
schedule
Colts
is
in that
really
division.
bad.
Danny Dimes is hot.
Their schedule is really soft.
Anyways, yeah, I think the Texans cover.
I agree.
This is it. This is the exact matchup they need right now to get a win.
Yeah.
This is it right here.
Yeah. Do they cover, though?
Oh, and by the way, Greg asked if it's going to be Penix or Cousins. The Falcons emphatically have said Michael Penix is their quarterback, and not just for this week. Like,
yeah, I mean they already.
Morris put it to bed. Said,
I mean they ripped that Band-Aid off long ago. You might as well just stick with it. That's your first round.
They lose a couple more games, they might change their mind. But yeah, for now, it's still Penix. I'm going to take the Texans. I don't love it.
Yeah.
I don't love it.
Look, if you don't love it, take the Titans. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
I already gave you one with the Giants. I'm not giving you any more.
You know what you're doing. Do it. Don't go against what you're feeling in your gut.
Yeah, you set the lines here, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Texans.
Dan Moore against Will Anderson. Enough said.
Enough said.
Texans.
Enough
Texans.
said.
Next.
Bob?
I said Texans.
I was going to say, I thought you said Texans.
Yeah.
Trent, you say Texans too?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Dan Moore sold that one.
The Indianapolis Colts are traveling to LA. They're getting 3.5 points. Interesting game.
I'm a believer. I'm being totally honest with you.
Ooh,
I don't think the Colts cover. I think they win.
Ooh.
It's not just about covering. I think the Colts come and steal one on the road. Danny Dimes looks good, man. I mean, that dude looks fucking good. And Jonathan Taylor, he looks back to being prime Jonathan Taylor. The offense is clicking. Steichen's got something going.
He does.
The thing
But I
is
think
that their toughest matchup was Denver. And
Which is
They're
not a
good.
bad team.
They're good defense, though. They're really, really solid defense.
I know, but going up with Bo Nix, I mean, So, and I mean, they still gave up like 27 points or something like that. Remember, it was a 1-point game or something. So, after what the Rams did against the Eagles, I'm going to go ahead and have the Rams cover.
I'm going to take the Rams too. I think this is a come back to earth a little bit. That Rams front seven is really, really good. They're at home.
Yeah.
I think they win this game.
Trent, you going Colts?
I'm going Colts.
All right. This was almost my lock of the week. But if you're gambling on this game.
If it were me, I'd bet everything. And that's me. I'm an aggressive gambler. Mr. Vegas.
I like the Rams big here. I'm a believer in Daniel Jones. If you watched our fantasy podcast last night, he was my sit of the week. This is the Rams are gotta be so fucking mad that they blew that game to the Eagles. That defense is legit. And I think Matthew Stafford and Kuka will make enough plays against that defense to where this isn't going to be any 20-point thing, but I can see the Rams winning this by 7 or 10 points.
Is he muffled to you guys?
Yeah, something's wrong with you, Mike.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I love the Rams in this one.
All right.
Okay.
The Jacksonville Jaguars are traveling to San Francisco to play the 49ers. They're getting 3.5. This is another tough one.
It is. Purdy's back.
Yeah.
So I I lean the 49ers will cover.
I'm taking the 49ers too. Cross country.
Yeah,
I don't know if the
that was
Jags
the
are
other
for
reason.
real.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm taking the 49ers.
The fact that Purdy's playing makes me want to go to the 49ers. The Jags have a horrible record of 4:00 games on the West Coast. They're
Oh, no
not
shit.
usually good.
Jeez.
But they also usually have a horrible record against the Texans. So I'm not 100% sold that what we think is true with Jacksonville is always true.
You think it's not the same old Jacksonville team now, Bob?
Yeah. I mean, but I'm sorry, 49ers and Purdy, and they get a chance to, go to 4-0. I like them.
Yeah, I think the 3.5 point spread is what got me on this one. I'm going to go with the 49ers, but it's probably going to be a pretty good game. I think it's going to be a fun one to watch.
It will. All right. Big game here. The Baltimore Ravens are traveling to Kansas City to play the Chiefs. Ravens getting 2.5.
Given 2.5.
I'm sorry, given 2.5. You're right. My bad. Given 2.5. Chiefs getting points at home?
Yeah.
Oof. When's the last time they were the road dog? I don't have it too often.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Chargers.
This year?
Yeah, they were the home dog.
That was Brazil, though. That was Brazil, right? Yeah, that don't count.
Why the fuck?
Man.
I'll start this one off. I think the
Good.
Chiefs are in real fucking trouble. I think they're in real trouble. Lamar is going to come out pissed off over that Detroit game. Derrick Henry is going to be extra pissed off about that Detroit game. I think this Ravens team fucking dominates the Chiefs in this one. I don't think it's close. Mahomes is going to try to keep it close. I don't care. I think the Ravens are going to come out with a point to prove. I think they're going to dominate this game.
I'm the opposite. I think the Chiefs are going to cover and win.
Well, they're getting points.
I thought the Ravens were the favorite.
Yeah, that's what I said. You said the Chiefs are going to cover. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just they get Worthy back. That's going to be a shot in the arm. Plus they got Thornton. He's really stepped up. So yeah, I think at home that's a tough place to play in. That's second. I don't know what the fuck is going on with the Ravens defense. Like,
yeah.
Now I didn't look up to see if those guys are out again because I told you guys that was a big deal that Mitabuke and Vinoy were out, and you saw what happened. So that's probably something to monitor before you make your bet. See if those guys are out. If you're really having a tough time going one way or the other.
How is this not a primetime game?
It's the 4:30 game of the week.
I know, but still, this should be a.
No way CBS was giving this up.
No,
yeah, true. Man, I don't know about this one, guys. I don't know. When in doubt, take the Chiefs at home, right? I'm gonna take the Chiefs.
I am also.
Reason then. You are also.
Ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. I don't know what. I'm just gonna lean the home team.
Derrick Henry has a real problem, and I'm sorry. When you fumble once, you only fumble once every 5 seasons. Hey, man, no big deal. You fumble twice, okay, man. Hey, let's concentrate on it. You fumble 3 fucking times. I'm not saying you're Ramondre Stevenson, but his agent is calling.
Good God.
Those guys are cousins. There's no doubt.
and I'm telling you right now, Ravens got a real fucking problem because Marlon Humphrey is washed. He is washed. And if you keep putting him on number 1 receivers, you can click away and watch the passing yards fly. I don't think the Chiefs are very good. I don't think either of these teams are very good. But I like the Chiefs.
All right. Chicago Bears are traveling to Las Vegas to play the Raiders. They're getting 1.5. Raiders have been disappointing. They beat New England the opening week and they lost their last 2, right?
Yeah, they lost to the Commanders.
Yeah.
But the Raiders are playing at home.
Yeah.
So
that Bears defense is horrendous.
I'll jump in here. I like the Raiders here.
Me too. I'm taking 2. Brock Bowers, Trey Tucker has stepped up. Jacoby Myers. Will Genty finally be the fucking running back that I thought he was when I drafted him?
I can see him getting a cheap touchdown here.
Yeah, after I traded him.
I'm going to take the Bears. I think they figured something out last week.
Their offense is putting up. I don't really blame you. I get it. The offense is putting up points, man.
I don't like either one of these damn teams. I'll be honest with you. They both suck.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with I trust Gino a little bit more than I trust Caleb.
W, baby. Damn right.
Gino.
You know? Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Christ.
And Ashton Genty is going to have a monster game just because Bob's been shit talking him for 3 weeks.
And Dave traded him, so that's even more. That's more poetic. Even more poetic.
This is if there ever was a game, this would be the game.
Against the Bears defense, Genty goes for 152 and 3 scores.
Yep. And I'm
do you play him this week, or I hope you play him this week.
No, I don't play him.
All
right. This Sunday night, this is the primetime game. The Green Bay Packers are traveling to Dallas. They're giving the Cowboys 7 points at home. Dallas is a bad football team.
Dude.
Dallas is a bad football team.
Packers are covering. Micah Parsons is going
Micah Parsons is going to go crazy.
Going for people's souls.
He's going to have 3 sacks minimum.
And he's going to stare up at that booth at Jerry Jones.
Yep.
I want to see this. I can't wait.
Yeah. Packers bounce back for me. They're winning this one easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No CD Lamb. George Pickens is going to have at least 1, maybe 2 crash. All right, hold on. This might be the best question of the night. Who puts up more, either George Pickens crash outs or Micah Parsons sacks? Which one racks up more?
It's close, but I think Micah Parsons sacks is going to take it.
Sacks, George Pickens 2 helmet throws on the sidelines.
What a fucking Bob's quiet. He's taking the Cowboys over there.
It's got to be Packers.
Oh, no. Packers are going to destroy them.
Bob hates the Cowboys. You think he'd take the Cowboys?
I took the Cowboys as my lock of the week last week against the fucking Bears. I'm never picking the Cowboys again. Look, bottom line here is I do not think Micah Parsons is going to have a big game because this game is going to be so out of hand within the first 10 minutes. I don't think they'll play most of their guys by the middle of the second quarter. I do not, and especially after the way they blew it to the Browns, that offense, Matt LaFleur, I think they're going to have something. I really think this could be I don't feel bad for Chris Collinsworth.
He muffled again?
You're muffled again, Bob.
You're muffled again, Bob.
I don't feel bad for Chris Collinsworth. He's fuck him. This is going to be a laugher. I'm going to bed early.
All right. One of 2 Monday Night Football games. The Cincinnati Bengals are traveling to Denver. They're getting 7.5. Bengals with Joe Burrow. Bengals without Joe Burrow. It's like night and fucking day.
Yeah.
Denver wins big for me.
Well, boys, and the mouse isn't working.
Smooth Jimmy's.
And I clicked it twice. Smooth Jimmy's lock of the week.
There you go.
DMC3 over here. Yeah, the Bengals are a fucking shit show without Joe Burrow. T. Higgins is hardly getting anything. Chase, you lock him up, you lock that whole offense up. So, yeah, at Denver, dude.
Yeah.
Against that defense, yeah, it's a lock. Even with Bo Nix as their quarterback, I still think because that defense is fucking horrendous for the Bengals. So, Denver, it's a lock.
This is another one of those games where you almost can't find a spread large enough to feel good about picking the Bengals. I mean, that offense just looks so bad right now. And this is exactly what happens when you put no fucking money into your defense, ladies and gentlemen. You get 7.5 point spreads the rest of the fucking season.
And your offensive line is horrendous.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a bad combination.
Yeah.
I hate the hook here. I don't like the hook. Look, were the Bengals terrible last week? Yes, but we have seen Browning play pretty well in the past.
Yeah, 2 years ago he did.
Yeah, I'm going Bengals here. I think 7.5 is too much. I do not think the Broncos are as advertised. I think they are finding ways to lose games. I think they're going to win this game, but I think it's going to be a field goal. Give me the Bengals.
I like the way you think, Bob.
Yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely.
The other Monday night game, the New York Jets are traveling to Miami. They're getting 2.5. Justin Fields returns, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking the Jets. I think the Jets are going to win this game. I think the Dolphins are cooked. I think Mike McDonald, coach of the Dolphins, McDaniel. I'm sorry,
McDaniel.
He's going to get fired. He's going to be the first coach fired. Give me Jets.
After this game?
Possibly. If Fields throws up 30 on him, yeah.
Early in the season.
But he's the first coach fired, for sure. Oh, maybe the Titans coach. He's heading in that direction, too.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
The Dolphins-Bills game, was that at Dolphins? Was that in Miami?
That was in Miami, right?
No, it was in Buffalo.
I think in Buffalo.
Yeah, it was Buffalo. Yep. It was Buffalo.
That was a pretty good game. That was pretty close. I
Yeah.
feel like when that offense is healthy, they're gonna put up points. And the more I think about it, Fields is just coming off having a concussion. So I'm a little concerned. So I'm going to go ahead and say the Dolphins cover.
All right.
You're going to take the Dolphins and give the 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
Trent?
I'm going to ride with Justin Fields and more specifically Breece Hall in this one. I think Breece Hall has a nice game. Dolphins defense is terrible, and we talked about this in the fantasy podcast. I think Garrett Wilson can have a monster game in this one with Justin Fields back in the lineup.
I need him doing a couple of my legs, so that'd be great.
I think the Jets. I think the Jets cover this.
I think the Dolphins win 36-34. Give me the Jets and 2.5.
Okay. And that brings us to the Rooney Bowl. The Minnesota Vikings are, I guess, technically the road team in this one. They're giving the Steelers 2.5. I'm just going to tell you guys right now. This is
Smooth Jimmy's lock of the week.
Vikings. 33-10.
Damn.
It's bad.
33-10.
It's bad.
Woo.
It is
He's
bad.
going back to fucking MVP level Carson Wentz in this one. Jesus Christ.
33-10, Dave.
I think it's the Steelers' turn. They're going to turn the ball over like multiple times in this game. Aaron Rodgers is going to run for his life. They don't have any running game. I can't find a silver lining in this one, guys. I can't.
Dark, you're in the upside down on Stranger Things.
I am.
Like, god damn.
I see no silver linings in this game. It's a shitty long road trip. You know how Tomlin sucks at this. Getting his team prepared. He's never faced KOC before. That's bad. They can't run the ball. That's bad. Their offensive line is confused, and they're going against Flores. That's bad. It's too much. They're going to get killed. Pressure goes on Tomlin a notch now.
I'm stunned.
This is
I don't know what to say.
If they lose 33-10, it's going to be more than a little bit.
yeah. In the Rooney Bowl. Whew.
Trent, you want to go? I don't know what
All
to
right.
say. Holy
That
fuck.
was Dave came out fucking swinging in this one. I mean, we're taking haymakers over here for the rest of the panel.
I've been warning you guys all week. I've been feeling bad about this.
This is going to be a rough game. I think Minnesota gets an early lead and never surrenders. I don't think it's a high scoring game. I just think they never surrender the lead. I think it's 13-10 Minnesota, and I think Minnesota covers.
Yeah, I just what they're weak at, we suck at doing, unfortunately. So, I mean, I think our defense keeps us in it. And, I mean, really, both offenses have sucked so far, to be honest. So,
Yeah.
I think it's a low-scoring game. Trent, you said what? What'd you say?
13-10.
13-10. I'm going to say 16-10 Minnesota.
We all have 10 so far. The Steelers.
And we might not get that.
Feels like a solid number.
I didn't say any of that was offensive touchdown, Dave. Okay.
It is weird. It is weird. We all picked 10. I was just thinking like 13, 10, 16, 10, something close.
This feels like a Jalen Ramsey pick 6 gets us 7 of those 10.
Could be.
Carson Wentz is playing quarterback against Aaron Rodgers. That's going to be the difference in the game. I think the Flores hype is well-deserved, but it is a little bit of hype. I do not think the Steelers have some master plan here. It's not because of the coaches, but I think the players have heard everybody say how bad the coaching staff is, how they have no chance against a team who's 2-1, and big deal, they beat Cincinnati's backup quarterback 48-10. I think Carson Wentz turns the ball over 3 times, 1 fumble, 2 interceptions. We score 17 points off those turnovers. I think Aaron gets 2 touchdowns on his own. I think this game gets a little bit out of hand, and we give up a touchdown late. 31-17 Steelers.
I think Aaron should see if the hospitals are very nice facilities there in Ireland.
I was going to make another prediction.
Wait. What was that score prediction again?
31-17. The only way we're winning 31-17 is if fucking Bill Cowher comes out of the tunnel instead of Mike Tomlin.
Look, if Wentz turns the ball over early, and this is what I really think is going to happen. I think he's going to either fumble or throw an interception very early in the game. I think at that point we turn that into points. And Aaron's really good at getting a red zone. He's going to put up 7, not 3. And I do think Minnesota is going to get into the red zone, but they're not going to get touchdowns, and they're going to turn it over once down there too. Yeah, I'm telling you, 17 points off of turnovers, they would have won the game 17-14. But because Carson Wentz is playing, they give us 17 points, and that's how we get there.
I think you're right.
I'm curious. Do you guys remember how many points did we have off turnovers against the Patriots?
7.
88.
7 off 5 turnovers.
5 turnovers. 3. Wait.
17 off.
Was it 3 of them on their side of the field?
I just make
sure.
Two of them were.
2 were at the goal line for the Patriots, right? They turned at their own goal line.
I'm trying. I'm missing one of them. I remember 2 of them on their side, but I'm missing one of them.
Can I make another prediction?
Sure.
Yes.
Mason Rudolph sees snaps in this game.
Aaron
Rodgers going to take a beating in this game. Mason Rudolph gets snaps in this game.
Feel free to bet that prop if you want to throw some money away.
Aaron's going to be beat up and possibly hurt for a little while in this game, and it's going to be Mason time.
And Will Howard comes off IR and doesn't get a helmet on Sundays.
Sorry, guys. I didn't want to ruin your Thursday night, Friday night, wherever night we're at.
But here we are. And that's why I'm here to make sure that we have a little bit of sunshine here. The Steelers are going to win this game.
All right. Anything else?
I'm digging into some fucking Vikings film, Bob. I'm going to try to find every one of those 31 points, okay? I'm going to try to find it for you.
I'm telling you.
Hey, by the way, Aaron Rodgers' career against Minnesota, 18-12-1.
With the Packers.
I was going to say, this ain't the Green Bay Aaron Rodgers. This is the Mike Tomlin traveling.
One of these is not like the other, Bob. It is not like the other.
God,
I hope you're
Mike
right,
McCarthy's a fucking genius.
I hope you're right, though. God, that'd be amazing. Could you imagine we put up 30, was it 31 points you said?
31.
All right.
31.
If you didn't hear enough doom and gloom tonight, we're going to give you more Sunday morning just before the game.
I will get you fired up. I will have you ready to run to Ireland and get in the fucking game.
Join us at 8:30 Sunday morning. We're going to do a pregame show. It's sure to be ugly. We're all going to be up early. We're going to have a good time, though. We'll have fun.
Yeah,
I'll drink a cup of coffee before we get on.
Is Purple Drink making an appearance?
No.
8:30 in the morning? Jeez, we better hope not.
No.
All right, until Sunday, thanks for listening to the Steelers Sanctuary Podcast.
It doesn't matter how you play the game. It's whether you win or lose. And even that doesn't make all that much difference.
Would you please just try to pay attention?
Well, if you'd say something worth hearing.
What are you doing? What does it look like?
Yeah, we're surfing the World Wide Web.
Fine. Thanks a lot, Coach.
Hey, don't mention it. Like I said before, mi casa, su casa.